Okay, so I had a legitimate question that I argued with my family. Is Star Wars science fiction? All right, think about it during the intro.
How would it not be?
Welcome to Entertain This, a podcast about movies, TV shows, and video games where we talk about random stuff and argue amongst ourselves and sometimes with our family members. My name is Hayden. With me I have
Mitch.
and
Tom.
And today we'll be discussing a menagerie of things. That's a big fancy word you can Google in your own time.
Menagerie.
But before we get into the nitty-gritty, like, is Star Wars a science fiction? Let's talk about our social media. Mitch.
We have entertainthispodcast.com, which will take you to Entertain This Facebook group, which is Entertain This Podcast. We have our page, which is Entertain This, ! We have our Twitter, which is at this.entertain. We have our Patreon, which is patreon.com, entertain_this. We have our Twitch, Twitch and YouTube, both are Entertain This, ! And we have a TikTok, Entertain This, !
Yeah. All those words, but you can go to the website.
Go to every medium of social and just type in Entertain This.
If you go to entertainthispodcast.com, you can click a link to any of those things.
So I got punished, but before we talk about the punishment, Tom, is Star Wars a science fiction?
I could say it's yes or no.
Okay.
Or it could be construed as like space fantasy, but you could make an argument for science fiction.
Okay.
You could. It cuts that dual
yes or no?
line.
Yes or no? Is Star
I'll
Wars
say no, just to play that advocate.
Mitch.
Well, after thinking about it, I would actually have to say no, because there's no real theoretical thing other than just make-believe science.
Bam. Mitch nails it on the head.
Yeah.
There's no science fiction is categorized as something based in a reality with science elevating it, fictional science elevating it to a like Blade Runner.
Yeah.
An idea of androids or whatever that replace humans living in a world that's so advanced in our future where that could be possible. Star Wars doesn't even take place in our reality. It's in a galaxy a long time ago, far, far away.
I mean, maybe in many, many years from now, they'll come up with ideas that could produce some of the stuff they do in Star Wars, but at the moment, there's nothing.
I mean, the
possible.
biggest thing like Star Wars shows is light speed.
Yeah.
Travel,
That's
which
the only
is
thing.
very lazy.
And all it is a button press.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Star Wars is closer to Harry Potter than it is to, like, Star Trek. All right?
It's space wizards
Yeah, it's
and
space
nonsense.
magic. That's all it is.
I mean, they do have the robotics, which I could see us getting that eventually close, but
Yeah, but they don't have any explanation, anything grounded to explain how the droids work and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
yeah.
And all those nerds out there that are, like, pulling their hair out, screaming at their radios about how wrong we are, one thing you should know is George Lucas himself said that is science fantasy, not science fiction.
Yes.
But if you disagree with us, you can go to entertainthispodcast.com and tell us why.
Bet you won't.
No. Bet you won't.
Yeah, you're scared.
Dork.
You're scared to argue with us.
Wuss. All right, well, there you go.
So, last episode, Hayden lost his
Trivia.
challenge to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to me.
Yeah.
What was the topic?
What was the topic?
What was the topic?
It was. Oh, yeah. The
movie thing.
movie is described badly or
movie
poorly.
titles explained poorly. So I beat him. I vanquished my
You
opponent.
just know all the poor descriptions for movies, Tom. You're so-
There was a lot. Me and you just sat there like, and then he gave us a
Guessing
hint,
stuff.
and it was who could press a button faster.
Yeah.
But his original punishment was Black Scorpion, the first movie, the 1995 film.
Could not find
Could
it.
not find it to save his life. So my backup punishment, which I've had since we started this show, was Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus.
It was a bad movie.
Hayden, take it away.
It was a bad movie.
As he rubs his head like,
All right. I
He's
fell
having
asleep.
flashbacks.
I fell asleep like 8 times watching this movie. It was so dumb. It was just people talking and like having the dumbest dialogue. Like they'd talk about travesties, like, oh, you know, the ocean is there's a sequence of terrible events, and then somebody would be like, Hurricane Katrina, right? And they'd be like, exactly. You're like, what? What does that have anything to do with the ocean? I mean, I get the hurricane. I don't know. That was a poor analogy. all they would do is they would just regurgitate something that might make sense to some idiot out there that watching the movie, and they'd be like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I've seen this movie as well, like in its entirety on the Sci-Fi Channel when it came out.
Yeah, and let's get one thing straight. Who does not know what a megalodon is? Is there anybody out there that does not want to know?
It was bigger than Megalodon.
We have a
That's
Jason
why-
Statham movie named Meg.
Yeah.
It was bigger than Megalodon.
They said it was a
I
megalodon.
know. They call it Mega Shark.
Yeah, they call it mega shark because
It sounds cool.
they know that their audience is too stupid to know what a megalodon is.
Anybody that watches this,
Is this the bit where it opens where like the shark and the octopus are frozen,
Yes.
and then like they blow up some stuff on accident? There's
I'll
like an
explain.
earthquake.
There's some girl. She stole a submarine. I don't know. She's in the ocean, and some dude flying a helicopter drops this sonar thing into the ocean. She's watching the whales. The whales pick up on the sonar and just suicide themselves into a glacier and break the ice where a megalodon and a giant octopus are frozen in combat for millions of years in this ice. Okay? And for whatever reason, the helicopter
both alive.
pilot crashed and died. He was just like, oh my God, and died. Yeah, I was like, what does that have anything to do with what's going on underwater? You're flying. He just was a terrible pilot, I guess. But so you think like the submarine with the girls that's in it dies. She explodes or whatever. But they cut away. They go to some oil rig in Japan, and a giant octopus eats it, blows it up. So whatever the shark and the octopus were doing, they just decided to stop and go wreak havoc on the world. And then the girl shows up, and you're like, wait, is that the same girl? I thought she died. No, she's still alive. She's getting fired from her job for stealing the submarine. And she just acts like she didn't see anything under the water.
I didn't see some 5,000-foot shark and a giant octopus.
They're like, hey, we need you to come to look at this whale that washed up. And the whale got chewed up by a shark. And she pulls out like a tooth, and she does the measuring, decides this tooth is 11 feet wide. That's a big shark. And
thanks for that analysis.
So whatever, the Japan gets involved. They become friends. They decide to go fight the shark and the octopus in submarines.
And fisticuffs.
Yeah. Meanwhile, a random airplane's flying.
The best scene ever.
And this flight stewardess is really into people about making sure their seat trays are up.
And their feet are in the upper.
When all of a sudden the shark just goes meow and eats the airplane right out of the sky. That came out of nowhere. I feel like at some point they were like, because this is 90 minutes on the second, we
got to find something to fill time.
I feel like at some point they were like, well, crap, we're short. Let's make something happen. You see the same battle between the shark and the octopus where they're grappling each other like 15 freaking times in this movie. It reminds me of Monty Python where the dudes run up the hill 30 times.
But they did that to be funny.
To be funny. This is them
serious.
This is them trying their best.
Is this the one where they give him like the special underwater guns?
No, all it is a submarine, and they shoot these little missiles that are CG, and then they pop. They look like the snappets from like fireworks and stuff like that on the shark. So it's not even phased by it. It's just a little bubble. And then all the people in the submarine are like, yeah, we got him. Like, no, obviously he did. He's not even slowing down by that.
It's like, do you still not have him on sonar contact?
Yeah. Yeah, another thing that was like they chase one of them. They don't know which one it is, and they're like, what is it? I don't know. We're too far to tell. You see an obvious octopus like floating across the sea. Like, I mean, come on. I'm not a sonar specialist, but I can see that is an octopus.
Or a zoologist.
Yeah.
It's like a marine biologist. They're just like, it's either Spectre or it's an octopus.
Yeah, and like their logic is we have to kill the shark and the octopus because if we own the ocean, we own the world, which is BS because
We could
the
just
first
fly
rule
over it.
the first rule of military campaigning is you own the air, you own the land. That's how that goes. There's no sea owns the air, whatever. Anyway, but yeah, it was dumb, and they decide that they can't kill it with their conventional weapons, so the only way is to try and pit them against each other to have them fight.
But then you're still going to have one of them.
I don't know.
He'll be tired.
At the end of the movie, you see the octopus grappling the shark, and they just, dive into the black abyss of the ocean, and that's the end.
Until movie 2.
Oh yeah, there's like Mega Shark versus Crocoid or
Like
something.
Mega Crocodile or
Yeah.
something.
So this is a really poorly rip-off of like the Godzilla franchise.
That might be the one where
So-
they have the super secret weapons that they issue the guys. I think it's to fight the crocodile thing, but they're Nerf long shot rifles that they spray painted black, and you can see it. It says Nerf.
This was made by a company called Asylum, and they're known for mock buster movies, where like Transmorphers.
Yeah.
Instead of
It's-
Transformers.
Yeah. So this was written and directed by a guy named Ace Hanna. That's obviously not his real name, which
No.
is Jack Perez. If you want to, find him and yell at him, whatever. That's his real
Find
name.
him and yell at him.
But Ace Hanna, he knew it was probably going to be a bad movie, so he made up a fake name for it. 90 minutes on the dot. They shot everything in 12 days. That's for this whole movie.
Does
All
it look
principal-
like it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely that was a terrible take, but they were like, whatever, we got
We don't have time. Keep going.
My favorite part is when, for some reason, because the scientists, those are the main characters. So whenever they're not being eaten, they're like doing science stuff. They're just pouring Kool-Aids into different beakers and whatever. And the camera will be like really close up to one person, and he's like pouring some grape drink into some blue drink, very, very intently, as close to the
make
camera
indigo.
as possible. Yeah, and then our guy will just like put his face like really slowly, like intently, like they're waiting for it to explode together, and you're just like, whoa, where did that guy come from?
Personal space.
Yeah.
While your explanation was great, the fact that you were going cross-eyed while doing it made it funnier.
Because it was the tension, it was just building.
He's just like,
I gotta get the exact milliliter. But yeah, it was stupid. There's a lot of that. This like really forced, awkward romance between the main character and some dude from Japan. Yeah, and what's funny is they start kissing, and like there's an Irish guy who was in the Navy SEALs for some reason.
we gotta kill this shark.
Yeah,
It's just like,
terrible Irish accent. It was like Sean Connery trying to do Russian, but he's in the background just like watching them make out. Like somebody didn't tell him to like get off the camera.
Like,
He's just
Just
like,
a creepy stare.
you're like, what are you doing, guy?
he's mastered the art of being so completely still in Irish you can't see him.
Yeah. So I think, I know this movie was never meant to be great,
No.
but I think they tried to make this movie as good as they could, and they tried to take it seriously.
Which is worse.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you I think a really good round of trivia one day would be Asylum movies and what they're spoofing. Well, not spoofing, but like ripping off of.
Here's the title. What are they making fun
Yeah,
of?
exactly. But they're not. They're trying to be serious. They're just what they're trying to do is they're trying to con people who go to Redbox or something
Yeah.
like that, and they think that they're getting Transformers, but they're accidentally getting Transmorphers or something. Like that's their goal. It's like the stupidest. But they make money enough to make
More.
like 30 freaking movies. So, yeah,
At least they're successful.
in a crappy way. Like screw you, weird Asylum Industries.
What would you rate this film?
That's the thing is like they know it's a bad movie.
Uh-huh.
They don't care that it's a bad movie. So it's kind of like their goal is achieved because it spawned multiple sequels. I guess I'd give it a 3. It's definitely not for me. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody, but they set out with a marketing goal to steal you of your money, and they did it, because for some reason people watch this movie.
Well, it's
Like
like the Sharknadoes. They have like 8 of them, but people for some reason like
It's
to
like
watch
it's
those.
like a cult film now.
Yeah.
But see, I think Sharknado knows that it's not real, and they do it tongue in cheek to spoof, and they don't take themselves seriously.
But not originally.
Yeah.
I don't think the first ones were like that. I think the first ones were like these movies.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't recommend this movie if somebody's like, "Hey, what's a movie with a shark fighting an octopus?"
Is there other movie? Of a
I
shark?
mean, I'm sure there is. There has to be.
This is a genre. Didn't you know that?
I would ask this. I would say, do you want to take it seriously, or do you just want to be like, what are these stupid people doing, and laugh at them? Because it's not a comedy.
It's not, but you
It's-
can't
it's
help
not.
but laugh.
Yeah, it's terrible and hilarious that it's so terrible.
I want this movie, this premise, redone, but directed by Neil Breen, starring Neil Breen as the shark.
See him wearing one of like the baby shark suits. It's just-
Well,
standing behind an aquarium. Going,
I mean, there's a plethora on this asylum. Yeah, I think I'm gonna save it for trivia because I have trivia next, right?
yeah, you'll be up next.
Okay, we're gonna do what are these? Don't look up asylum stuff. All right, all right. Don't cheat.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
If not, I'll switch it up last second. All right. Anyway, yeah, it's a 3. I looked it up, and some of my favorite reviews were because I guess people
Have gone insane.
legitimately tried to review it, and
It was hard.
legitimate people critics and stuff. Release and reception. Let's see here. Got an 18% approval on Rotten Tomatoes. 3.34 is the average score. Peter Whittle of the Sunday Times gave the film 1 out of 5 stars, considering it unwatchable, almost unreviewable. This stupid monster movie makes the Bela Lugosi swan song "Plan 9 from Outer Space" look like a masterpiece, which we all know that is not true. Philip French said the risible special effects and the clumsy acting recalled not Roger Corman productions. Roger Corman was the guy who did Black Scorpion.
Oh,
So there we go.
Poor guy.
We made it full circle.
Poor people that work with him.
Yeah. But the ineptitude of Ed Wood. Wow.
The ineptitude of
Daft, plain daft. That's just all one guy said. Somebody said spectacular stunts. All right.
He was a paid actor. He was a paid critic.
He was the stunt coordinator.
So, Bill Gibran of Pop Matters, if you know what that is, gave it an 8 out of 10, saying schlock may be an acquired taste like caviar, foie gras, and Arby's.
And Arby's.
But it's hard to see how anyone wouldn't enjoy this extremely tacky dish. All right.
You did not enjoy that extremely tacky
did
dish,
not.
sir.
I guess I'm more of a caviar kind of movie guy. I don't know. So, yeah, I give it a 3. I mean, it wasn't over the top. It was stupid. They got the military guy with a ponytail for some reason. Stuff like that. Why is that always in a movie? What's going on with that?
Stop with the Steven Seagal.
It's a real thing.
And
I swear.
Dudes in full combat, gear with their M16s from the 80s, and they have the Matrix glasses for some reason. Not aviators, but something they found at Walmart or something like that.
Something they could buy wholesale.
Yeah,
Yeah, and those guns, they weren't 1980s M16s. Those were just airsoft guns they bought and
probably.
spray painted the orange tips black.
All right, I'm done talking about that.
All right.
So we had movies.
I had movies. I watched the Liam Neeson hit The Ice Road. It's on Netflix. It came out.
Liam
what's today?
Neeson goes punches ice roads.
It came out 6 days ago.
Where's my daughter?
I want my family back.
He's just beating up wolves. And
This
ice
movie,
roads.
I was looking for a movie to watch, and I was like, I'll go to Netflix because I've done pretty much Amazon stuff recently. It's the new movies, and I'm going through, and I get to his, and the trailer, you see just a dump truck falling down a mine, and it's so poorly done with CG, and I was like, Liam Neeson, The Ice Road, this poor CGI, this is the movie.
Yeah,
It was not good.
I'll say I watched the first 10 minutes, and it was the part where the dump truck's moving,
Yes.
and you could tell,
The wheels were spinning, and you were watching stuff fly out, but you couldn't see it hit the ground. You couldn't see the truck. It didn't look like the wheels were even touching.
the old school Scooby Doo cartoons where they're walking around, and you can tell what environment they're about to interact with because it's a different color
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
the background. That's what that was with the CG.
Yeah.
You're like, why is all of that looking different? Oh, it blew up.
Oh, it all makes sense.
Yeah.
So this movie, it was the number 2 movie or whatever right now
On Netflix.
on Netflix.
Wow.
This was a punishment movie.
You remember cable only movie releases back in the day?
Yeah,
And there were-
TV only movies.
Yeah. I think that's what Netflix is doing nowadays. They're
But they
just,
do have some
And
good
Liam
ones.
Neeson was an executive producer for this film. And
what
I'm
was the
like,
last good
why?
thing that came out on Netflix? The last like HBO quality.
Well, for movies, the Fatherhood movie is pretty good with Kevin Hart that just came out.
Oh, I didn't watch it.
I haven't seen all of it
I
yet
didn't watch
because it was getting late, but it's pretty good.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ruin the plot for this movie because there's no reason any sane person should watch this
Hey,
film.
there could be an ice road trucker out there listening to this right
They'd
now.
probably watch it and go, "What the? What in tarnation?" However, ice road truckers
Damn
talk.
it, Bobby.
Damn it, Bobby. Whoa. So Liam Neeson and his brother, he's a veteran, but he got, I guess, hit in the head or something. So he's got
I was trying not to laugh, but you started.
Let's not downplay a wounded warrior's.
I mean, like I'm assuming he hit in the head with shrapnel, because if he got shot in the head, I'm assuming he wouldn't be alive.
It happens.
But he has
Somebody hit him when they were
he has a
bumps,
speech impediment now because of it, where
Yeah.
he like his word he sounds like Yoda.
He was.
Yeah, make me.
No, he doesn't sound like Simple Hayden.
He was. He was in the army band and got hit in the head with a tuba.
So he's a mechanic. Liam Neeson's a truck driver. They've been bouncing around jobs because people make fun of his brother. Then Liam Neeson punches him in the face.
Okay, his brother.
Yeah.
Why did he punch his brother in the face?
No, like people make fun of his brother, and Liam Neeson punches.
Oh, then he
him.
punches him in the face.
Punches.
So Liam Neeson does punch somebody at some point.
He punches two people in the face,
Nice.
like cold cocks them,
Yeah.
and like he fights
Sucker
another
punch.
guy.
Did you
So-
like the old man punch? You know, like you ever seen an old guy punch where it's just like a lot of elbow?
Yeah, there was a little bit of elbow.
Okay.
There was a little bit of elbow. So they're going through like that. There's the mining disaster. There's miners trapped. They have to get this equipment. They can't fly it there because it's too heavy.
Where'd the
It's like-
miners come from?
Yeah. So that happens.
It's in Alaska. There's miners everywhere.
No, it's in Canada.
Oh,
This is
I'm
in-
sorry,
This is
Canada.
like north, like Manitoba,
Oh.
Okay.
which is funny because that's the cigarettes Dale smokes and King of the Hill. Full circle.
Ah.
So it's April, so the ice roads are pretty much melting. So they contract some people. It's like high risk. Like, they're like all the truck drivers like, I'm not doing that. That's stupid. It's a suicide mission. Liam Neeson's like, we need money. We'll do it. And then some like Inuit girl
Yeah.
named Tonto.
Nuh-uh.
Yes.
That's her name?
Or Kanto or something.
Oh, I was gonna say not Tonto.
It's very close. It's like 2 letters off, man.
That's terrible.
So she takes one of the truck. Lawrence Fishburne's character, who like contracts these people, he's going, and they got their tactical redundancy, where they're all carrying the exact same shit as they're going, just in case one of them goes down.
How many trucks is it?
3
Okay.
brand new trucks, all this stuff. They're making their way, and then there's a dude from like the mining company, like an insurance claim guy.
How much money are we talking?
They're like $200,000 split between the 4 of them.
No way.
And I was like, that is some low ball money. And
Here's the money to replace your truck
and
when
like,
it blows
and
up
like,
or
is there a
sinks.
stipulation if somebody doesn't make it, like what happens to their share? It's like, yeah, like whoever doesn't make it, their money's split across the survivors.
What is this, like the 1960s?
I know.
$200,000.
So they take off and they're going.
That doesn't even pay for my house.
They take off, they're going, things are going good. They got their trucker music going. They got the little bobbleheads bobbling. And then disaster. Lawrence Fishburne's truck, the engine freezes, it goes over.
Oh, no.
So they're stuck on the ice.
It ain't that cold.
And they explain 2 minutes before this that they have to drive at a certain speed on the ice to keep the ice from breaking. Because if they stop, the pressure from the trucks going to the tires will collapse the ice. If they go too fast, the pressures or whatever create like a pocket that'll destroy the ice as well. So that's why they have the bobbleheads.
It's speed on ice.
Yeah.
It's speed on ice. We have to do exactly 46 miles an hour.
Was Sandra Bullock there giving
No, she
sassy
was.
statements?
No, I didn't see her. She might have been on the radio. I don't know. So they're going. Fishburne's truck goes down. They all stop, and they're like, "Why are we going back?" It's like we're going to help them. It's just like we literally just talked about this stuff with melting ice. It's April and trucks being stationary. It's like the ice will collapse. So guess what happened?
They went back.
Yeah, they went back. Guess what happened?
The ice
collapsed. So they tie up all the trucks and they're going to pull Fishburne's truck. And he's setting up the straps. And they do a quick cut shot to his foot where it looks like it could get wrapped up with the cords.
Uh-oh.
Guess what happens?
He
The
gets
ice
wrapped
breaks. His truck goes down and the thing goes taut and it snaps his leg and he's getting dragged into the water. And the trucks are going down. His is already in the water. He's in the water. Like shoulder, up is still visible in his hands. And he's like holding on to the rope and he's telling the girl to cut it because it's like, oh, we'll take the other trucks with it. And it's like the physics work just enough for all this weight to be pulling in these trucks on ice that were stationary where he could still be visible and tell the person to do the sacrifice play to like cut the rope and, send him to his doom.
I'm just saying, if it's wrapped around his foot, when it went tight.
Oh, they do. They show like his foot is just mangled up. Like it's holding on for nothing.
If it's the
I thought
pressure
it
of
would-
2 trucks, it would have
and
just
it's
cut
the
it
cable.
off.
Like it should have went immediately
Yeah.
taut and just snapped his leg off.
Yeah,
Like,
it would've
his
just cut
foot
it off.
should have
He
been
drank a lot
gone.
of milk. So did
Yeah, his bone density top notch.
did he go in the water?
Oh yeah, he died.
Okay,
Like, he's
so
out.
Fishburne became
Fishburne,
fish
it-
frozen.
So if he's fish frozen, the insurance guy talks to Liam Neeson's character and he's like, hey, he's like, this girl I saw her over by the truck, you know, she has a gun, you know, so she pulls a gun. Liam Neeson's brother disarms her. They tie her up. They put her in a truck, and they're like, you know, getting stuff ready. The insurance guy is not an insurance guy.
All right. So plot. Okay.
All right, insurance guy locks them up. They escape. The insurance guy's a bad guy, and their whole mission is to stop them from saving these miners for reasons completely unknown to everybody but God.
Okay.
The whole movie, they never explain it.
Miners trapped in a mine.
Time race against the clock.
Yeah.
Trying to get there.
Liam
This dude's
Neeson's got to go
sabotaging
fight
them.
wolves to save his family and free
No,
miners.
there's no wolves.
Okay.
They have to outdrive an avalanche.
Okay.
Somehow that
Something
happens.
about a train going certain many miles an hour.
I was just sitting there watching it, and I'm like, this is the worst movie. I'm
right.
like, this is a punishment. I've watched punishment movies that I found more enjoyable than this.
Hey, it's number 2 on Netflix. Okay.
For horrible movies, don't watch it.
I
Just
think
don't.
that gradient scale on Netflix is just like, we got to pump this up to the top or else nobody's going to watch it.
Yeah.
I think they like pulled them aside, and they were all like, hey, we need money. And it's like, hey, we'll do this movie. And they're like, yeah, all right.
I mean, my little girl watches the Cocomelon, like little kid stuff.
Yeah.
It's number 10 on Netflix. Out of everything on Netflix, it's number 10. Come on now.
I mean, I believe that because every freaking kid watches that Cocomelon stuff.
Yeah. So,
Still.
terrible movie. I would give this movie a 4 out of 10.
Hey, at least it beat out Mega Shark.
versus Giant.
So
I
what?
would rate that movie higher.
No.
Yes.
You got punished. He punished himself at the same time.
I hit punish him on purpose, and I'm just over here shooting myself in the foot.
All right.
So, a bit of news. The Old Guard, they're filming a second one.
Oh.
The sequel's happening.
I figured they would because of the comic series.
Yeah, so it got greenlit.
didn't really
They're
like
looking for it to be
It
released
was
in
okay. I wasn't a
2022.
fan.
They're supposed to be starting up filming and production
Is
this
what's her-
year. Charlize Theron will
Yeah.
return.
That's
I
because
think pretty much everybody's returning.
she's not doing Mad Max. That's why.
I wish they do another Mad Max movie.
They are doing Mad Max.
They are doing another one?
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's not in it.
It's a
Yeah.
Furiosa prequel, but
Oh yeah. Well, she said she didn't want to do it because she's like, we're going back in time. She's like, I'm not gonna look that young.
I'm sure there's more things involved. From what I heard, there's a lot of bickering on set and stuff like that.
Pretty much between her and Tom Hardy, but
Yeah.
regardless. So that movie's happening. Also, apparently, this has happened multiple times, which I kind of wanted to bring up. Lego set reveals potential Spider-Man No Way Home plot details.
Huh.
Which is one of those instances where a toy manufacturer reveals secret stuff about a film's plot that they didn't mean to.
Yeah. I remember because like the Spider-Man 3 did that. They showed the Hobgoblin villain, which James Franco becomes as a toy before it came out in the movie.
It's such a dangerous thing because, like, there's no way you cannot have your toy people work on the stuff that's coming out from the movie. They need a year or whatever it is that they got to like R&D it and make it possible. So, and then to have, that team of thousands of people working on that concept, it's going to get leaked. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
So it's just whatever. I mean, if you don't care, just don't look into it. But
Especially when you've pushed the movie off another year anyways.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's like people are forgetting about it. So that's happened, and that's pretty much it for news. It's been a relatively quiet week for movies.
Black Widow comes out next week, which by the time audiences will be able to listen to this.
I know it comes out this month. I don't know exactly.
Isn't it July 4th?
I don't remember.
Well, if somebody who could do movie news could look that up.
I'm Googling it now.
Well, this episode comes out when? On Monday the 8th.
July 9th.
I mean,
July 9th. Okay.
Okay, so it comes out. This episode will come out, and then it'll come out.
Right.
It comes out our July 5th is.
Yeah, this comes out the 5th, and then we'll do another one that'll come out next Friday.
Okay, so you'll be able to listen
A week
to
from tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Well, we'll probably talk about Black Widow in the next episode.
This was all planned that way, right?
Yeah.
We did this on purpose.
TV.
All right. Well, by now it's not over yet, but enough people have probably seen at least half of Loki. I watched the most recent episode, so I've seen 4 episodes. I like it better than the others.
Yes.
It's still not perfect, even though people pump it up with the ratings and review numbers. It's sitting at an 8.9 out of 10 on IMDb. I'd give it an 8 because I really like the Loki character. I like the way the story's going, but there's still, like, one of the draws to it is, like, why are we having a filler episode with only 6 episodes?
Yeah, that is the thing.
There's no excuse for filler at that point.
I thought that these TV shows were going to have plot exposition for the MCU. And there's, out of all the TV shows that I've seen so far, including Loki, there's not much.
Have you seen episode 4?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, they do kind of hint at different things going on as opposed to some of the others. Now, like the WandaVision introduced the Darkhold book, which is a major like magic exposition for.
So you think that
MCU.
those things will show back up in the movies at some point?
I think the WandaVision one will show up in the Multiverse of Madness somehow.
Oh, okay.
I think that'll with Doctor Strange. This one might be building towards what like the next Avengers gathering would be for the time displacements and stuff.
Well, you would think that the Thor, whatever movie,
Love and
yeah,
Thunder.
that one coming out might have something to do with Loki as well.
It could, because it has to do with time. As far as like in the Loki movie, they'll have Gore the God Butcher, which is a guy that he travels through time and space to kill all the gods of the universe. So he's going to be like the bad guy. That's Christian Bale.
Interesting.
So this might have something to do with that. I'm interested to see. I don't want to reveal what happened, but I want to know what happens after the twist from episode 4.
Right. Yeah. Did you watch the after credits?
I was trying to and got distracted while I was watching it.
This was the first Loki episode that had after credits.
Yeah. I do like the fact they've pretty much like technically the girl Loki is she's Loki, but they've referred to her, designed her character, and treated her like the character of the Enchantress. They talk about that's her power is to enchant people and stuff. So I kind of like that where she's technically a variant of Loki, but she's being used as a whole new character.
Well, now hold on. So, how much have you done any research into how much this Loki show is actually, true to the comic?
No.
So, like, is this TVA thing a thing in the comics?
It is.
Okay. And then, is there a variant of Loki that is a female in the comics?
There's at different times Loki has been different, like in the main continuity. Like when he supposedly like he dies, he came back as a kid once. He's supposedly died, came back as a woman once, and then now he's his normal self, as far as I know.
That's interesting. And if you look at the actual Norse mythology, there's some commonalities behind that too. There's a scene where like Loki gets punished and he's got to relive a memory over and over again, and Sif beats him up for cutting his hair. That's straight out of Norse mythology.
Okay.
So, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I like the show. I like it much better than the other two, but it's still, I don't know, it seems like they're doing a lot of unnecessary things. I didn't like the fact that they pretty much made all of everything before this about the Infinity Stones pointless. I mean, it was the stones were useful in that one timeline, but then they show them in like the TVA. The guy's got them in his drawer. They're like, oh yeah, these don't do anything. They're paperweights.
Yeah, we got a million of these. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know where they're going with these shows, and I don't think that they quite understand how to scale a production for a TV show because they're kind of all over the place with the tempo. You're bored at some points, and then there's too much information for you to take in at other points.
But yeah, I mean, with the twist from episode 4, I am interested to see where it goes. And like I said, this is the show that I've been the most interested in.
Yeah.
Out of all of them so far.
Yeah, I think, believe it or not, Falcon and Winter Soldier was the worst one. I did not like that show.
And that's the one I was looking forward the most before it started.
Just because like the dynamic between Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan.
Well, I just like
I like them a lot, but like
the Winter Soldier movie was one of my favorites, and
the plot for Falcon and Winter Soldier was nothing. It was just the whole thing was to get Falcon the shield
that he already had.
So they made a TV show of him giving up the shield and then spending 8 episodes to get it back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was just it
dumb.
wasn't necessary.
Dumb.
But yeah, I'm interested to see where it goes. I right now I'd give it an 8 out of 10 just because I've enjoyed it. It's just it does have some slow parts.
Yeah.
But I'll go on to my news, which I believe that we've talked about both of these before, but I think I have some new information on them, which the Alien TV series that FX is producing.
Does Ridley Scott have anything to do with it?
He does. Right now, it's going to be directed by Noah Hawley, the guy from Prometheus and Covenant. But Ridley Scott is going to have like influence on his ideas and stuff as far as like the
creative control.
I guess kind of like creative as far as like the mythos that they use.
Who was he from Prometheus and
No, he was the director of
Who
those
was?
two. Noah Hawley.
Ridley Scott was the director?
Well, that's not what it says on IMDb. I don't know. I'm pretty sure,
Fact checker.
or at least the article that I read.
What's this article from?
I think it was from Screen Rant.
Man, you're making me lose all my notes here.
But it just says Ridley Scott will be involved. The show will actually be based like the.
What's this say right here, Tom? What's that say right there?
Okay, well, I mean, you can talk to Screen Rant. I read it off of there.
Directed by Ridley Scott.
Oh my god!
Well, like I said, you can talk to Screen Rant.
I'm hating. I'm right.
I read their article, and that's what it said.
All right.
But supposedly this will be based off of like people on Earth from their story and what's going on while like the alien universe is being explored. And the article said that they're going to use Earth because it's an unexplored area for the entire mythos of aliens, as far as like having actual story other than just existing somewhere.
Yeah, the aliens have never seen an alien on Earth except for the stupid Alien versus Predator.
So it's basically just going to be a bunch of executives from Wayland sitting in an office talking about it.
So that's the thing. Like, Ridley Scott's all for the crossover between the Philip K. Dick franchise, which is Blade Runner, or Do Androids Dream of Electric Sleep, even though he's kind of pigeonholed his idea for that in Blade Runner. And he's had a little bit of influence on Blade Runner 2049. I think he was a consultant for that as well. And the idea of this Wayland stuff was a thing in Prometheus.
Yes.
Right.
I thought
That's
they
part of,
mentioned
like,
it
the
in
trailers.
Aliens, the second Alien movie.
They had some like background stuff. I don't think anybody ever said Wayland. Like the
Well, that's who they.
I
Because
know
in Aliens, the guy from Mad About You.
he was sent there by their
He
company.
was sent there because at that point it's Wayland Yutani.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Why do I know that?
Will Ridley Scott can join the two because they're two different IPs.
Yeah.
I mean, they're completely two different things. They're not made by the same original brains. So for him to oversee the conjoining of those two franchises, that'd be kind of a big deal.
And then also we have a Star Wars The Acolyte.
Star Wars,
Acolytes.
The Acolytes.
Yeah. It takes place at the end of the High Republic, which is about 200 years before the Phantom Menace. And like they were talking about stuff, like they want this to be the transition of like a prequel series, I guess, to explain how the Jedi got to be kind of so arrogant at the beginning of the Phantom Menace, where they thought, they kind of brushed off the idea of him finding Anakin. They're like, oh yeah, that's impressive, but it's too late for him to be used
He's too
to
old.
bring it in because he's too old. Or when two Sith show up that they haven't seen Sith in so long, and they're like,
Been on
oh
for 1,000
yeah, there's
years.
two of them, yeah. They just kind of brush it off to the side. But they said that a lot of ideas they could kind of run with is like the Crimson Dawn, which you kind of see in Rogue One a little bit. You see
That's
Darth Maul and
Solo.
Solo. That's right.
What is this live action?
Yes.
I don't believe it. When's the last time, besides Mandalorian?
They did a live action Star Wars show.
Yeah, they've been promising all this live action stuff, and that we got the Bad Batch, which wasn't even live action.
No, that was the same medium that they did all the Clone Wars stuff. And
We're supposed to get this Obi-Wan show, and
It's in production though.
Yeah, they're releasing stills and stuff.
we've been talking about this show for years.
Well, it's because when Disney Plus came out, they were like, oh yeah, we're gonna have these things.
It's because Kathleen Kennedy's ruining Star Wars.
Yeah, what's with that? Is she still doing stuff, or they fire her yet?
I have no idea.
Apparently, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are like the saviors to Star Wars.
They are. They're the
They're
only-
the chosen ones.
They're the only ones that can make anything good out of that franchise.
They're the only ones that George Lucas said like they can continue making what they're making.
Right? Yeah, because
You guys are doing a great job.
they listen. You know,
They understand.
we didn't listen.
And then lastly, I saw like a little small thing before I started coming over the Bosch TV series that you like. They're going to make a spinoff of it. I don't know what, but they just said there's going to be a spinoff series from it.
Okay. Because I think they're doing a 7th season.
I don't know. I just know it said there's going to be a spinoff of that. I don't know what
good
characters
show.
or anything. I just saw that title as I was scrolling through some stuff.
It's a good show.
Good show.
But that's all I got.
Games.
Video games. I played a game called Mario Golf.
I've also played a game called Mario Golf.
Yep.
So have
It came out 3
the
days.
25th.
Yeah. Okay, a week ago.
Yeah.
The same day as the Ice Road.
And It was a great day for entertainment. No, Mario Golf is pretty awesome. It's a fun golf game for people who like golf. If you don't like golf, you probably won't enjoy it, but you'd play through it for a friend or something like that. Then, you wouldn't buy it. If you do enjoy golf,
And like casually.
Yeah, in a
enjoy.
casual
Like you
sense.
play putt-putt once in a while. You've gone to a driving range. You remember that one really great shot you had where you hit the golf cart that picks up the balls.
Yeah, it's a great game to get a bunch of guys together and then just talk because one person's thinking at a time, So you can just kind of hang out and, drink beer or whatever while you're playing. But it can be challenging, though. It can be as challenging as you want it to be. Nobody I've seen, and I've played probably like 30 or 40 games now, nobody has gotten anything better than a birdie yet.
I've never seen anybody get a hole-in-one.
Right.
I came close.
Yeah,
I came real close one time.
I've come close. I've hit the pin and watched it drop like on the precipice of falling into the hole and just stay there. And I'm
Everybody's like that. and like you can get so good in the game where you can learn all the spins, like top spin, backspin. There's super backspin. You can do you can hook it and then curve it. Then you get star clubs, which is like you advance the character so well you get better clubs than what you started out with. And you get 2 brackets of spin in your power gauge. So you can do an S spin where you get 3 to the left, 3 to the right, and the ball does this as it flies through the air.
So you basically just do some like wanted nonsense.
Yeah, you can. Like you can literally, if there's like a line of trees, you can snake the trees.
Zigzag your way in there.
But anyways, so that's pretty cool. And there's a campaign mode where you create your little me, and you go and do all these crazy challenges. And there's some of them pretty hard because there's different types of golf. There's regular golf where it's turn based, and then there's speed golf where
Which we played last night.
You pick up your bag and you haul butt to get to the ball and be the first person to sink it in the least amount of strokes. And then there's cross country golf where you have 6 holes and you can go to any one of them at any time, but they're all throughout the course, and some of them are like on top of a mountain. And you have, I don't know, for 6 holes, you probably have 20 strokes to get it into all 6 holes or else you fail. And if you're playing competitively, whoever can get it into all 6 holes with the least amount of strokes wins. So, and then there's battle golf where it's like you can
hit each other.
Yeah,
with the ball.
you can like knock their balls out of the way and stuff like that and try and get into the hole first. So there's all these different kinds of crazy golf. When you're coming from campaign, doing the campaign stuff, they teach you all that. And then you can customize your gear, like your shirt and pants and shoes, and they all have little buffs and stuff like that. Like your ball can skid across water faster or something like that. And then you can get special clubs and customize those and things too. So it's got a fun little campaign and a lot of customizing stuff. And you run around the Mushroom Kingdom talking to, I don't know, bullet people. But that's always the thing in the Mushroom Kingdom. They personify clouds,
Rocks,
exactly.
mushrooms.
So
It's just one giant acid trip.
and they always make the same noise. But yeah, it's fun. My kids like it. I remember playing Mario Golf on 64 with my dad. It was the only game that my dad liked. So I'd be interested to play it with him, see if he still enjoys it, 25 years later. But yeah, if it really does transcend the ages, having my 40-year-old son playing with my 64-year-old dad. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. But I think that it's like I give it a solid 9. There's some people that don't like it as far as ratings. They give it kind of like the lower end, closer to like a 6 or something like that.
I mean, I've only played at the time that you brought it over here, and it was the like mostly the traditional kind of golf the way we played it. And I still enjoyed it.
Yeah, I had fun playing. And then we did the speed run last night, and I beat Hayden, so that was nice.
Yeah, so he liked it. He didn't like it at first when I was beating him, but when he won, he liked it. So, yeah.
Can't hear you, loser.
9's fun. I'd give it a good solid 9 for that game. So there I recommend it. $60 though.
Yeah.
These Nintendo games are never cheap for some reason. Like I applaud Xbox and PlayStation for having fun games. They're like $5 to $10, but not Nintendo. Speaking of Xbox and PlayStation, guess who's got a deal with Xbox for a future game coming out?
PlayStation?
No.
Nintendo?
Hideo Kojima,
Yes.
or however you say his name.
That's it.
Okay.
So
I saw
Kojima, who's works solely with PlayStation, got it burned by PlayStation. Well, not PlayStation, but by Capcom or Konami. By Konami.
Konami, yeah.
Because of Metal Gear Solid 5. They had a big falling out about that. And he kind of started his own, I can't remember the name of his company.
I don't know.
It might have been just like Kojima Game or something like that. He started his own gaming company, and it made that crappy UPS simulator game. What was it called?
Death Stranding.
Death Stranding. And he
Video games explained poorly.
he did that. It did okay, but it was on Xbox. No, it wasn't. It was PlayStation only.
Yeah.
He's finishing that game to do a director's cut because people want that. And then
If they want it.
Daryl delivering
Yeah.
mutated babies.
exactly. And then he's going to do a game solely for Xbox. He's got a deal with Xbox to do exclusive. So, if you look at Kojima's past, I'd say he's got more wins than he does misses. So, I'd give him the benefit of the doubt. But, pre-order nothing. That's I've learned from Cyberpunk.
Dun, dun,
Dun,
dun.
dun.
Yeah.
The game failure of the year.
Yeah. All right. That's my video games news.
Can I see the pen?
Reviews. I will allow this.
Well, it's my pen. Can I see what's mine?
No.
I'll tell you what's yours. So today on Entertain This Trivia, it'll be me emceeing. Mitch and Hayden will be competing in general video game knowledge because we've now hit the point where we've exhausted our areas of expertise
Yep.
and what the two of us could be construed as is borderline equals.
Mhm.
So at this point, this is what we're going for. Fire up the buzzers.
Get rid of the beepy noise.
I got rid of the BB noise.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't need that. You need that.
I was waiting. I was like, "Can I have a buzzer?
No, you don't get one. I get two buzzers.
I want to answer something."
You'll answer nothing.
You have to go stand outside and yell.
Did he ask the question yet?
One.
All right, so let me get set up here. Make a little bracket.
The tension is palpable.
It is palpable, sir. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Question 1. Go ahead, Mitch. What's your answer?
Reset.
What's your answer, Mitch? You press the button. What is it?
PS2.
No.
I was like, wait a minute. What?
If you got it right. What inspired Satoshi Tajira to create Pokemon?
Marine animals. I don't know. Just
Not
throwing out
marine
something.
animals now. Over to Hayden.
Bug animals? Like a caterpillar. It's a weird bug. I can't remember the name of it.
Do you have a counter?
It looks like a caterpie.
I'm going to hold that one. Do you have a counter?
I don't know.
I'll give you that because it's butterflies and caterpillars turn into
Okay.
butterflies. That's pretty damn close.
I read it somewhere. At some
Okay.
point, doing a thing.
Okay. Mario first appeared in what game?
Donkey Kong.
Correct.
I knew that, and I was like,
Question 3. What are the paintings in Minecraft modeled after?
Van Gogh paintings.
No.
Animals?
No.
I don't know.
Nobody?
No.
Counter-Strike maps.
Oh,
Really?
never would have
Yeah.
guessed that.
I didn't
know that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Question 4.
Yeah.
What? I got to restart. My bad. You don't know? Okay.
No, I don't know.
What is the name of the first video game to be played in outer space?
Galaga.
No.
Asteroid.
No.
Tetris.
Pong.
No.
Okay.
Pac-Man?
No.
Mario.
Think a little later.
don't know.
Zelda.
No.
I don't know.
Metroid.
No. I'll give you one guess left each.
Can you
Street Fighter.
No.
Can you give us a generation?
I mean, it's sort of kind of like original Warcraft.
Oh, I don't know then.
StarCraft?
Yes.
Oh. Do I get the point for that? You don't have to give me the point for that. You narrowed it down.
He's winning
Nah,
pretty well.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, that was kind of like we're grasping at
Yeah,
straws.
StarCraft, really?
Yeah.
That was the first game played in space?
You thought it would be a little more iconic of a game.
Yeah.
This one should be good. Buzzers are good. All right. What franchise has racked up over $1 billion in lawsuits?
Roblox.
No.
Call of Duty.
No.
Trying to think. Oh, Fortnite.
No.
EA.
I wish, but no.
It can't be Minecraft.
No, it's not Minecraft.
1 billion lawsuits.
$1 billion in lawsuits.
It's a franchise. Like
It's a franchise.
LucasArts.
No.
oh, that's not a franchise. It's a developer. So like a game.
Franchise.
Right.
Okay, I don't know.
So Grand Theft Auto.
Yes.
Okay,
It actually is Grand Theft Auto.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
that makes sense because they get sued like every
time.
every other
They're
week.
getting sued right now for apparently for something. I
I'm
don't.
sure.
They actually did a thing where they released bad press of their stuff on purpose for people to buy the game.
Wow.
It worked. This is going to be an interesting. What planet? Okay, things are good. What planet is most similar to the scalable size of the Minecraft world?
Mars.
No.
Pluto.
No.
Venus.
No.
Earth.
No.
Mercury.
No.
Uranus.
No.
Jupiter.
No.
Neptune.
Yes.
We'll eventually get a planet that works.
I was like, there's only 9 of them. Depending.
The side.
I read that. And at first, I was like, huh. And I was like, that's big.
It is big.
What video game franchise does Rooster Teeth use for Red versus Blue?
Halo.
Yes.
You know that? You didn't know that? Come on.
That's like a huge
Oh,
thing.
I
That's how
told you.
Ma- that's
I
how-
told you he's going to beat me a
That's how
lot.
Machinima started.
Yeah,
I thought Red versus Blue was like a YouTube thing.
it is.
John Leguizamo and Bob Hoskins portray.
Mario, Super Mario Bros. They portrayed Super Mario Brothers, the movie. All right, finish the question.
Portrayed which video game brothers?
Super Mario Brothers.
I said that.
Just you're like right there.
I
but
said
both of you were right there.
I said
I
Super
don't know.
Mario Brothers.
Just
The Super Mario,
Mario
Brothers?
and Luigi.
thank you.
Oh.
Okay.
God, I was like,
The Mario Brothers.
the Mario Brothers. It's like
All right.
their names.
Is the things reset?
Yes, the things are reset, but
Alright.
you were glowing. What is the most expensive video game made to date?
Made?
Made to
Like
date.
the budget that went into the production of it?
Yeah, the most expensive video game ever made. Right now. Big time game. It's huge.
Warzone.
No. And it shows.
Wasn't saying that they used the money. They just made the money.
Cyberpunk.
No, it's not Cyberpunk. Massive game that just keeps reinventing itself and as time has
Oh,
gone on.
Minecraft.
No.
Oh.
Big multiplayer. All kinds of wacky stuff.
Battlefield.
No.
Grand Theft Auto. 5.
Yes.
Okay.
If we guess enough, one of us is going to get it.
Yeah.
This is slowly turning into a massacre.
I told you I'm not going to win.
It's 6-5 or 6-1.
I was like, wait a minute, what?
Sounds good to me.
Wait a minute.
Was I missing something?
I gotta draw it on the next page because I ran out of space.
I told you when it came to games, I texted you and told you those are the things I am familiar with. That's it.
What is the best-selling handheld gaming system to date?
Game Boy.
Advanced.
No.
DS.
Yes.
Oh.
You were close. Ish.
I was in the ballpark.
In original arcade Donkey Kong, what was the name of the character who would be known as Mario?
Oh, man.
The plumber guy.
No.
It's dumb.
It is
It's
dumb.
incredibly dumb.
I
don't know.
remember reading this a long time ago. I can't remember.
I have no idea.
Jump Man.
Yep.
Okay.
Boing.
All right. Buzzer's good. Nintendo owns 2 of the most popular gaming franchises of all time. Okay.
Well, I thought I was good until you said the. And then, about to change something to the question. I was going to say Nintendo and Sega, but I don't know.
You weren't even listening to what I was saying, so we'll try this again.
Oh, I was ready. Just finish the question.
Nintendo owns two of the most popular gaming franchises of all time. The net worth of these two equal the combined total of the remaining 8 franchises in the top 10. What are they?
Of the 8 franchises?
Mario and Sonic.
No.
I'm just guessing.
Well, Mario and Zelda.
No.
Okay.
The 2 big franchises for Nintendo.
You're asking what the 2 big franchises are.
Yes. That's
Pokemon and Mario.
yes.
Oh, darn it. You're right. I forgot about Pokemon.
Mitch, breathing signs of life.
Grasping for straws.
In Minecraft, what is a group of Endermen called?
Ender people.
No.
Indo people.
No.
The Indos.
No.
Beginning men? Beginning men?
Yeah, you know how it's like, there's a
Endermini.
bunch of crows. It's like a murder of
Yeah, I get
crows.
it. I don't
It's
know.
the same kind of vein.
I don't know. Can I phone my daughter?
No.
I don't know. I didn't know there was such thing as
Me
a group
either
of them.
until I read it. I thought it was like apparently it's a big deal. It's called a haunting of Enderman.
All right.
Sure.
What U.S. president was asked and declined to voice the in-game president in Fallout 3?
Bill Clinton.
Yes.
It was just a guess.
Good guess, Mitch. Good guess. Well done, sir.
I know who did voice the president. Can I count?
No.
Malcolm McDowell.
What was the first console to have internal memory?
You don't know this.
Atari.
Nope.
No.
Nintendo.
No.
Yes.
No.
Zelda was the first game that had internal
The
memory.
console. The first gaming console.
GameCube?
No.
Sega.
Sega-
Genesis.
Not the Genesis.
Dreamcast.
No.
Sega. Was it CD? Sega.
No.
Not Saturn. Sega Saturn? Sega Saturn.
It's the Sega Saturn.
Okay. I'm just throwing out things till it sticks.
Say stuff, things, words. the Hayden way of winning. Just blurting things out until you got it. What is the name of the planet that is home to the game Gears of War?
Oh, God. It's Locust Grove.
No.
I have no idea.
No. Locust something.
I haven't played Gears since the first game.
Sarah?
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's nice. How sweet.
Some guy named it after his ex-girlfriend.
Maggot-infested people.
Yeah.
In 2011, what popular streaming service was launched?
Gamefly?
Popular 2011 popular
Streaming service was launched.
Oh.
Game Pass?
No.
PlayStation
The
Network?
buzzers are set, right?
The PlayStation
I'm just going to
Network?
say this. We're on it.
Oh, Xbox Live.
No.
I said his answer. He doesn't know now.
I was like, Xbox Live's been out since like
Way before
Yeah.
2004.
That's what I thought too. But
Streaming service.
What does Netflix have anything to do?
No, games. Streaming games.
Steam?
No. You can go on there and stream yourself playing.
Twitch.
Thank you.
Oh.
Okay. I don't know.
Like yelling at the two of you, and you're like,
Don't yell at me!
I was expecting like how many rupees make a purple rupee and something. I wasn't prepared for this.
Well, I can say you're still winning.
Yeah.
what video game is taken so seriously in South Korea it's officially recognized as a
StarCraft 2.
Yeah, StarCraft.
I've never even heard of StarCraft.
It was a big deal.
We just talked about it.
did?
First game played in space.
Yeah, it was one of
Oh,
those.
that's the same. Okay.
What is the highest grossing movie based on a video game?
Detective Pikachu.
Yes.
I need it. Movie stuff. I can get. I can work that out.
What movie franchise influenced the creation of Doom? We talked about it on this
I
episode.
know. On this episode?
Minutes ago, we discussed this.
We did?
Star Wars.
Nope.
All right.
What movie franchise did we just talk about earlier?
Dude, I have to ask you at the end of the episode to write it down so I can put it on the website thing. I don't remember.
We talked. This was today. This was
I don't know.
Aliens.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, aliens.
That makes sense.
This is angry trivia.
Was it your thing? Because I wasn't listening.
No,
was
you.
mine.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know it was based off of that.
I just messed with you.
Oh my god.
Sorry. Get so mad about
I didn't know Doom was based off of aliens.
But I'm like, we talked about it. We're just moving on.
All right.
Last question. It doesn't even matter. What is the name of the final course of all Mario Kart video games?
Rainbow Road.
Yes. Hayden has won.
I haven't played Mario Kart.
12-3.
I haven't played Mario Kart since Super Nintendo.
I think I have the highest score in trivia history.
No, I've gotten 12 before.
Oh, darn it.
I told you I was going to lose.
Is there another question?
That's it.
You sure?
Yes.
All right. Darn.
That was 21 questions.
All right,
You could have just told me. We could have skipped all this and you could have just told me what my punishment was.
Let me find Mitch's punishment. No, I enjoyed the pummeling you. That was a lot of fun.
This would be like having trivia about Ninja Turtles between me and Hayden.
Or like Lord of the Rings, me versus the two of you.
You have to watch. Italian Spider-Man. All right. This is a real thing.
I'm just picturing Spider with like a mustache over the mask.
Believe it or not, it's a Bollywood film, I think.
Oh my god.
I know that there's like dancing and stuff.
Oh, I feel bad for you now. I'm sorry, Mitch. Did I say you won? I meant Mitch won.
Put my glasses on so I can see this.
Sneak preview.
And it's called Italian Spider-Man.
He's got like a tarantula.
How old is this thing?
I know.
Oh my god.
Oh my word.
Like somebody
The
sharpied his
zoom in
Spider-Man.
on the mustache.
Oh no, it's like a Colombian film.
Do they even have English?
I don't know. That's your problem now.
A masked wrestler holding a snake.
She did. Oh. Have you ever seen that? Now you know where that's from. Like guy freaks out.
He's smoking a cigarette.
He's just gonna like flick it in some kid's face and go off web slinging.
I can already tell you my review. I have no idea what was going on.
I just like they sharpie the spider on his chest.
The zoom in.
All right.
Yeah.
You just punched her in the face. What was that for? Right before I cut it off, you just jacked her in the face.
This might not be as bad as you think it is.
All right. Well, there you go.
What an episode.
Well, if you enjoyed that, please let us know. Or if you didn't, please let Mitch know. On any of our social media.
Gee, thanks.
And if you have any ideas for trivia,
If you enjoyed angry trivia,
if you enjoyed Tom melting down
yelling
about us not getting his BS questions.
The best part is he would ask the same question more intently, like that was going to help.
He's like a PE teacher.
well, I'm emphasizing words like, we just talked about it minutes ago.
Yelling isn't helping. So, by any means, if you got some trivia that you think would be cool for us to talk about, get on our website, or anything in general, movie or video game you want us to review or discuss, Mitch's website, which is
EntertainThisPodcast.com.
there you go.
Bum, bum, bum.
Well, that's it for today's episode. Until next time, goodbye from me, Hayden. Goodbye from
Mitch,
and
bye.
goodbye from
Tom.
goodbye.
I knew I was going to lose that before we even started.
They started yelling. Hayden's like,